With another study. It's in Matthew 7 again, verses 24 to 27. It's about the builders, the wise builder and the foolish builder. I'll read it all this time, then commentate on the end on it. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great crash. Now, what that means is, now, I'm not God, I'm just a man. See where I'm going? But I'm a licensed carpenter, applied to teach it anyways. Not to my own horn, my spirit is for good and not for conceitedness. But my point is, I'm not God. I love geometry and blah, 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 any type of roof. But my point is to God. He knows much more than that. He created the universe. So my point is, God knows this, so he's not lying here is my point. For example, you can build a house like, I live in Canada, and the Canadian Shield, and it's an area in Canada, in a lot of rock. You can put it right on the rock, screw, like bolts and stuff, and put a piece of plastic, for the lumber, and then you put a nut, right on the rock because it's so strong. Okay, good foundation. That's what he means here. But you can also put on clay, most it's clay, right, in different subdivisions, the land, or some is sand. They dig up, they check, they do surveys in the new farmland they bought, and they go down. It could be, after the topsoil, it could be so much, it could be like 100 feet of sand. That's okay, because small grains, I'm just explaining something, it's small grains, but it's so compact, you just sit it right there. But Christ is talking about, in closing, Jesus Christ, who is God, he's talking about rock, like I just said, but he's talking about the sand like on the side of the ocean, right? You know what I mean? There's too much water around, the water table's high underneath, and he's talking about building right on top of that sand. And the waters came off the ocean or the lake, and it fell apart. That's what he's talking about. Not like the subdivision I'm talking about, way inland with a lot of sand, a lot of compaction. I just described that. Okay? That's what he's talking about. So, but even then, people build so far back in codes in different countries or islands for a lot of tourists, but then all of them are sinking. So it's not good. So the real meaning is, build your Christian life on good rock, not on sand, so it lasts forever. Okay, bye.